It's called sword anim. And then we're gonna go down and I believe make, yep. So after the void trigger exit, after that function, make the new function called void access sword anim. Okay, and inside the right here, this one, access sword anim, in parentheses, make two parentheses, open and close them. Inside the braces, we're gonna have two lines of codes. We're gonna call on the script and we're gonna put it into the game object. The script right here, the sword animation, we referenced it to sword anim, and we're gonna put it into the game object dot find game object with tag, alright, in parentheses, and inside the speech marks call it something like auto attack. Now this auto attack, I'm going to show you real quick how you can make this auto attack real quick. Is go to your Unity engine, okay, find the animation, which is, where is it? Right here. So find your animation, which is the sword, animation image, I'm sorry, and under its inspector tag, right? If you watch my previous tutorial, you'll know how to tag this. Just click on this, add a new tag, and call it something. Mine is called auto attack. That's that right here, auto attack. All right. Then after the parentheses, dot get component. We are getting the component. Under the inspector, we are searching for that component, which is here, sword animation. We're gonna find this component right now. But what? I think so. Yeah, sword. Yeah, because sword animation is attached to the image here. So we are getting the component, and that component, which is this file, sword animation. And again, if you look at under the inspector, under the image that we animated, if you look under the inspector, go down and find sword animation script. Alright, so we're gonna have to pretty much communicate with that, saying pretty much get that file so we can communicate with that file, which is called sword animation file. Right, but this sword animation file has to be in between two signs. Well, the first sign is less than, and the other sign is greater than. And then bring in the two parentheses and semicolon. Second line of code will be again calling this our script sword anim dot is cutting. Now if you remember, inside the sword animation we called the something bool, we called a is cutting. That's our boolean. So we are pretty much we're gonna update that bool cutting. So we are gaining access, all right, to this sword animation file, and we're gonna search for the is cutting. After we find the is cutting, then turn it to true. All right, switch that argument to true, which that argument at the start is always false. So this is saying, okay, turn it to true. And now all you have to do after this function, all you have to do is copy this part of the function, access sort anim, find your void update, and before start quarantine, line of code, right above that, paste that access sort anim and make sure that you have a semicolon at the end. Save your file. Alright, and I believe that is it. And also at the end of the file here, the function called iEnumerator, alright, under that also make sure that you type in sort anim is cutting is false, semicolon. Now what this will do is when you if you watch my previous tutorial, the coroutine is being updated inside the update. When it's updated, then our tree is cut, right? Then our tree we have to wait for 3 seconds for a tree to be cut to destroy. But then we also have to make sure that that animation stops, because that animation will continue animating. Therefore, after those 3 seconds, stop the animation, make the animation to false, alright, and then destroy the tree. Make sure this line of code is not after the destroy this object, because again the animation will constantly animate. So make sure it's in this order, alright, otherwise you'll have issues. So again, save the file, go back to the Unity engine, again find your animation in Unity, make sure your script is attached to the inspector of that image, animated image, which we called sort animation. Just grab that file and drop it like that. I already have one in there. And then under that script in the inspector where it says anim, grab that image that we animated in previous tutorials, grab it and drop it right in that box. Save your progress, hit play, and that should work. If you pay attention to this is cutting argument, is gonna say okay, we are inside, and I'm gonna hit Q and see it says is cutting, and after it's cutting after it cuts the tree, the is cutting no longer, the argument no longer is true. Alright, that's it. That was quick. It took me a while to actually decide to do this. The last time I made the video was like almost a year ago, and I haven't done any research. I haven't done any learning on JavaScript and or C#. So I decided, okay, I should make some videos. So thank you for watching. Always stop by. You never know what I'll have for you in store. I love to learn. I love to see other people do projects and show off their projects, and also how they did it, what they, how they scripted in JavaScript and C#.